Hello, Sports Recap fam. I'm here. I'm glad this thing's working. Unlike last week, for some reason the sound didn't work. I'm going to rehash the Duke game. I don't have any notes. I usually do notes before I do these videos, but I think it's just plain to. I did look at some stats, but just plain to talk about what did happen. I thought that Duke outplayed us in all three phases, and the game probably shouldn't have been as close as it was. We shouldn't have had a chance to win. Um, Duke's offense was getting whatever it wanted, when it wanted, wherever it wanted. And most importantly, a lot of those yards came on the ground. 234 yards on the ground, most yards I've ever seen by a Duke rushing team. I mean, by a Duke offense. Rushing yards against Carolina. I don't believe that. My freshman year, we held Duke to 125 yards total. This year, we give up 510 yards to them on offense. Um, Carolina's offense very stagnant, not getting a bunch of yards in the first three quarters, and when they did get into the red zone or goal to goal situations or close to goal situations, they had to kick three. They had to kick three times on drives that probably could have ended in touchdowns, and that could have changed the whole perspective of the game. Um, Duke's defense came to play. They made plays when they needed to. Carolina found itself in a lot of third downs and could not convert these third downs. Um, there was a turnover or two, I think, that also turned the game around. Um, Carolina's defense got beat by the crossing routes again on third. When it came to third and long, on the possessions where UNC's defense did have a chance to go off the field, all of a sudden Connor Vernon would find a hole in the defense and he would catch it for the first down. Or our defense would not blitz and Duke draws to the running back and he gets like 20 yards on the ground. We could not win. It was really weird. Special teams. Special teams got outplayed. They got outplayed. Duke was getting more on their punt returns. They were getting more on their kick returns. It was really ridiculous. Um, I don't know what to say. We shouldn't have even been in that game. Our offense at some point woke up all of a sudden in the fourth quarter, and we were like scoring with ease. It was almost like where in the world was this the prior three quarters? With ease, three touchdowns. Well, two touchdowns with ease, because that touchdown that gave us the lead probably shouldn't have been a touchdown. Eric Highsmith got a good gash on the Duke defense when we were down 26-23, and this Duke defender pops in from behind, and the ball lands on the ground. And the Duke defender goes down to grab the ball, misses the grab, but Gio pretty much fought him for it. And Gio came up with the ball and ran it in for the end zone. That was the most bizarre play I've ever seen that led to a Carolina lead. And a possible Carolina win. At that point, we thought we could have pulled it out. And then the defense goes on the field. Duke starts as on 11 and slowly and surely chips down the field. They faced several third downs, and they were crossing routes, and then there were overplayed crossing routes that led to short passes that gashed for first downs. But it's not on the defense. It's a complete game because the offense was stagnant for the first three quarters. The defense wasn't really that good throughout. But this is one of those games where if the offense shows up in the first three quarters, maybe we win this game going away. And what the defense did was not okay. But I think the defense, they could have done enough to win a game. Special teams was a mess because Duke got whatever it wanted, and I'm not used to our special teams getting outplayed. I mean, we played Virginia Tech to a draw, so that was kind of weird to me. Obviously, the Duke game, or the away Tar Heels are totally different from the home Tar Heels. The away Tar Heels cannot get out of their own way in terms of anything. Like, if we may be committing too many penalties. Or we may be not committing enough penalties because we're not being aggressive and we're letting the other team do whatever they want. Duke, we only had two penalties for 20 yards. And I know everybody was fussing about those freaking penalties, But I'd rather have 140 yards of penalties and win than 20 yards of penalties and lose. I'd rather be too aggressive than too passive. Because I am sick of the passive nature of UNC football. We've shied away from that this year, and it's about time we get back to the aggressive stuff. Penalties will always frustrate me as a fan, but I'd rather my team do too much and win than do too little and lose. Um, Coming up this Saturday is the state game. 5 days away. I really don't know what to think. I think TLB has been run first, so that's probably good. Where that we can key to run. Um, our defense usually makes way more necessary plays at home than they do at away. Not saying that they don't have plays they won't have bad, like some third and longs, but defense usually tends to make more plays here. Special teams also plays much better here than they play on the road, even though we had a great showing at Louisville. So, I mean, I like our chances. And what happened was Duke was the perfect trap. We fell right into Duke because we were overlooking Duke for state. That's not acceptable, but it is what it is. So now that we fell into the trap, we better dig out of that trap and whoop states behind us Saturday. The Vegas line is us by 9, which is a huge line you ask me. But the home Tar Heels are totally different from the way Tar Heels. And if this Tar Heels team executes their plan, then this team will win against NC State. They will break the 5-game losing streak we have against NC State. And that's what matters because we're not going anywhere. Now, it's not a one-game season. I mean, big scheme is not. But to a lot of fans, it is. This is the game. And right now, we are 0-2 against premier competition in the state. Lost to Duke, lost to Wake Forest. We cannot lose to state and go 0-3 against premier state programs. That is not good. That's not a good look at all. So we definitely need this win from a lot of standpoints. And I think we'll get it. And that's all I have to say. I will talk to y'all later, Sports Recap.